Mad God. This is a truly bizarre one from Shudder. A weird jumble of stop motion and live action with insane creatures and an even stranger world. Presented with no meaningful dialogue, the entire project is steeped in metaphor and symbolism and offers absolutely no hand-holding for the viewer. This is a tough story to follow just because it's not senseless, it's just bizarre. Like a guy getting his chest ripped open and jewelry and books are pulled out along with his organs is that kind of bizarre. This film is by legendary VFX artist Phil Tibbett, who primarily does creature design and stop motion and has done so for various projects like Tremors 2, Jurassic Park, and even Star Wars. Mad God is more or less his personal project, taking over 30 years to make, and now finally released on Shudder. The story is largely left up to interpretation, but it mainly follows a gas-masked up assassin descending in a diving bell into a dark world of chaos and monsters. Twisted abominations, war, death, deranged science experiments, the works. It's also a dystopia film, one of the darkest I've seen in recent memories, with some really bizarre and disturbing visuals. And the visuals are the best part of this flick. Every scene has something intriguing and strange going on everywhere, from biomechanical background creatures to live-action people interacting with stop-motion or puppets, sometimes seamlessly blended together. This is truly a surrealist dreamscape. Unfortunately, therein lies the problem. This makes it a very niche project. I can see quite a lot of people getting very confused and turned off by the lack of a solid plot structure or meaning. Sure, it looks cool, but if you can't follow what's going on, you're not likely to keep watching. A lot of people might need a guide to get through the finer plot points like things with The Last Man or that ridiculously dark and symbolic ending. There's a lot. It's hard to talk about, but that mess of a plot is a big issue preventing average cinema goers from enjoying the film fully. But I guess you don't really go to a cinema to be handheld. This is a think piece, so it makes a little bit of sense. The film requires a mental breakdown and following of the themes and metaphors therein. This isn't a story explained video, so I'm not going to get into that particular mess. Some metaphors like the anti-war and anti-nuke imagery are rather obvious, but others like the baby ideologue or that incredibly strange autopsy scene that went on for way too long in my opinion are a bit harder to place. Visually, this is an amazing film. The amount of dedication and care that went into every single shot and creature design is astounding, and quite frankly is a triumph in its execution. It looks good. Grimy and disgusting, but good. I really just wish it was easier to digest, so to speak, so it could be enjoyed by more people without such a high art house appreciation barrier. I liked it, but I find it a bit hard to recommend. It's certainly unique and more than ever worth at least one viewing, but I wouldn't be surprised if most people quit after the first 20 minutes. But for those that see it through, I think they'll have a wonderful mind scratcher of a time and they'll remember it for a while. Mad God gets a 7.5 out of 10 from me. Hey guys, thanks for sticking around for another one. These art house films are always interesting to watch. I think the last one that I personally really enjoyed, it's also on Shudder, it's called La Casa Lobo, or The Wolf House, and that is a Spanish/German, they changed languages a bit because that's the story, stop motion art exhibit, kind of. It's a very short film, and it was made over several months in various art exhibits, but it follows like 3 rooms, and it's just so cool what they do. I can't recommend that one enough. Maybe I'll do a review for that one. I'd rewatch that. I think everyone needs to rewatch that one. I think that is the better movie compared to Mad God, but Mad God is certainly fun. I just wish it had a more understandable story. This is a bit... I mean, I want to say it's high fantasy like Spine of Night was, but Spine of Night had a story you could follow. And this one, there's so much that is incredibly hard to. Just the army of assassins, the whole deal with The Last Man, and just the overall goal of what this dark world is supposed to be doing. It's a lot. It doesn't make really any sense, and just how everything works is a complete mess. But it's supposed to be symbolic, so it's fine. It can be a mess, but it's just hard to wrap your head around, if you know what I mean. Anyway, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Did you have any other interpretations of this film? Do you want to go see it? What do you think of stop motion horror? I mean, Coraline is always the de facto one, and that's a great film, but still. Anyway, that's it for today. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell so you don't miss a video, and that's it. Have a great day, and if you're not, have a better one. See ya. Just